You wanted to talk through the design of this?
Yes, one of the challenges of building this design was having all of the parts level out together and making everything line up and fit plumb and level. The mezzanine here is held up by these columns that you can see right there. Those are steel columns that are holding the booth up. There's more aluminum columns in the back, like this one here.
Uh-huh.
They all have leveler feet, and then there's these column surrounds that go on here. These column surrounds, these are on the ground, and they're just a facade that goes over the columns that are holding up the mezzanine.
Uh-huh.
You can see that here the columns have been extended all the way up, and then in between the columns are these walls. So what you have is the mezzanine at a certain height, and then you have these columns which are sitting on the floor, and then these walls in between the columns. And so everything has to level out just perfect. Otherwise, the walls will not fit here, or they'll stick up here, or it just all won't happen because you have multiple points that are sitting on the floor. The actual structure of the mezzanine is on the floor, and so is all the decoration, and the facade is also sitting on the floor.
Uh-huh.
You can see that all of these walls along the back here are also sitting on the floor, and the walls above on the back are on top of the walls below, which are sitting on the floor. But these side walls here and this backlit sign are actually suspended between the back wall and the front column. So these were all challenges I had to face when my designer came up with something that was almost impossible to build. And the customer decided, I'd love it, and that's exactly what I have to have. What I did was I made these side walls with leveler feet all along the bottom here. Those leveler feet sit on the mezzanine floor. They level between this back wall and the front column. We use the leveler feet to adjust in there to make sure it all fits at the top properly and the two top corners. Of course, in the very beginning, when we set the mezzanine up, you can see an aluminum column here for the mezzanine, an aluminum column there.
Mm-hmm.
There's another column inside of that facade. Those are all set at a specific height. The leveler feet are set at a specific height, so everything lines up when it's all put together. And then, to cover over all the joints, we put the red stripe on the outside, and that red stripe covers over all of the seams and the joints where everything meets up. There's also red stripes on the front, which cover over the joint where the walls sit on top of the mezzanine.
Got it.
So this was one of the major challenges.